Hello. How you guys doing today? Thursday's updates. Here we are. Today's August the 8th. What about that? 8th, 2019. Remember 8th is one of my favorite numbers with the 5th. You know, my birthday was last week. No, this week on Monday. I already feel like a week already when it's gone. I have an amazing birthday. I was with my kids. I have 2 cakes. Thank you for everybody's birthday wishes. I was overwhelmed and I'm very happy and, I'm blessed. I'm living the dream, yes. And my Victoria started the school yesterday and walking her to the school and going and pick her up and just, it's just a dream. I cannot believe it. I don't know if you guys remember when my Victoria was born 5 years ago. We went through some things and issues to have babies. Christina and just Margarito, how you doing, boss? Hey, Margarito, I have your present here. Probably you don't remember, but I have it. Anyway, guys, today is just quick. Today I'm gonna be talking about something that many people don't pay attention or don't know or don't ever talk about it. It's about the property taxes. Not all the property taxes are the same. Not all the property taxes are equal. Every area is different depending on how old is the property and, of course, the city, the county. It's not the same Los Angeles County, than Orange County, than Kern County. And even on every county, every city is different. And I'm just going to be talking especially about special assessment. Talking about special, especially, of course. And Mello-Roos. And I'm going through this because every time I do a pre-approval and I just do the average standard property tax in LA County is 1.25%. Most of the time I do 1.5% just because not all the properties show 1.25. Usually it's a little bit more. But when the property has Mello-Roos, special assessment is a lot more. So if the buyer get an offer accepted, as soon as I get the address of the property, I check how much of the property taxes and I calculate the tax rate to do the accurate estimate to the buyer. I know for a fact no many lenders do that. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about, the interest rate. I know I always say this, the interest rate are very low, but guys, we are going through something that we never seen before, and it's going to keep happening at least for the next 6-12 months. It's a good thing for us in the business. It's a good thing for home buyers and anybody who wants to do a refi. However, make you think twice about everything, the business, the market, what's going on worldwide. It's not here in the United States only. So you have to think twice about everything. And the last thing, I have a tip for my kids. Since my Victoria already started the school, and Sebastian are doing some activities with him, like today we have Daddy and me, we had gymnastic. He just started last week, he loves it. And we're doing pool time on Saturday morning, and he loves that too. So I love to be involved with the kids. If being involved with the kids and working a little bit less because I'm enjoying time with my kids is gonna, for any reason, impact my production or my income, I'm fine with that because I'd rather be with my kids. Sometimes I think I could be a stay-home dad, no problem. Anyway, so going back to the business. Here it is. This is, for example, a tax roll form. Everybody in this business, if you're a listing agent like Margarito, I'm very sure he does it. Every time you get a listing, Margarito, I'm very sure you go and open escrow or you order from your title rep, your favorite title rep. I can recommend you a few of them later after I finish, if you don't have anybody yet. And you just go to them and you get a preliminary title report and you get a tax roll for the property and the grand deed to make sure all the information is accurate. But the most important thing about the tax roll for me and in the loan part, when I'm doing the calculation of the mortgage estimated, is to see how much I'm paying for property taxes to calculate the tax rate on this particular property. Like this one is one of the listings from the office, and we were doing the estimated for one of the clients that was interested on the property. This property is on 5 Thorn Street, by the way. This is a new listing at BGA Properties, 329. Good property. Avenue S, East Pandal. Anyway, the point is, that property has Mello-Roos. How can you find out if it is Mello-Roos? It's so simple. You either get the tax roll from the title company, and you're gonna see here tax search, okay? It's kind of the tax roll they call it on the title company. This is something provided by Miley. Thank you, by Miley of Pacific Coast. And you can see here on the middle of the page, you can see right here shows Mello-Roos. And say Y as a yes. You see? Mello-Roos, Y as in yes. Okay, what does it mean? This means Mello-Roos is an extra tax that the property pays because of the location, because when you buy the house or whenever the builder build the house, they have extra you pay for extra things on the area. You help to build the roads, the sidewalk, or keep the maintenance of the green areas, or the school, or the firefighters. So you have to pay some extra to keep those kind of services in the area. It's different, varies. Like I used to live in Ana Verde. Just in case you don't know, you're not familiar, Ana Verde is the west side of Pandel on Avenue S. When you're coming from San Fernando Valley or LA, you're going on the 14 North, the very first exit to get, before getting to Pandel, by the way, you have Avenue S. You have a lake on your right hand side. You go to the east. If you go to the left, Avenue S is Ana Verde. Beautiful community. I love it. I lived there for almost 3 years, time ago. And the property taxes over there are expensive. It's over 2.4%. I think I was paying like 2.8, something like that. Ridiculous. But anyway, you drive by there. Looks like you're in Orange County. Beautiful. And kind of worth it paying that. And on top of that, over there you have HOA, but that's not the point. So anyway, we have Mello-Roos there. There are some communities that have Mello-Roos, other communities don't have Mello-Roos. In other communities, they don't call it Mello-Roos, they just call it special assessments because the city has something special at the moment and they build something extra, maybe an extra park, and you need to pay for that. Anyway, you can calculate it, you can see it just that, like that, plain simple, and you tell everybody, there is Mello-Roos, and now you have to see how much the Mello-Roos is, how much the property tax is. In this particular case, how I do the calculation for my pre-approvals and the estimator for the loans, I see how much are they paying for property taxes. And the property taxes they are paying here, you can see total taxes is $4,765, huh? $4,765, correct? And after you see the $4,765, how much you're paying, you're gonna see how much is the assessment of the city for this particular property. You just go to value, on the middle of the page, you see the value, correct? Value, and then you see on the bottom, next taxable value. Next taxable value. And you can see, according to them, the next taxable value on this property is $243,348. So, how do you calculate this? You divide the $4,765 of the property taxes between $243,348. That's gonna give you a number, and then you, of course, if you do the numbers like this and you like numbers like me, you know you're gonna get it right away. It's gonna show, in this particular case already, it shows 0.0194. If you times 100 to do the right percentage, it would be 1.94%. If you average standard property taxes in the area is 1.25 or 1.5, and you are 1.94%, that means you have Mello-Roos, a special assessment. Then that 1.94% is the property tax rate that you're gonna use on the loan with the new purchase price, because you're not gonna pay the same $4,765 when the value was $243 if the new purchase price for the buyer would be $329,000. You do the 1.94% on the $329,000 purchase price that now you're gonna get. Hey, paint. Anyway, this is how I do the calculations on the property taxes. And yes, they call it Mello-Roos or they call it special assessment. And you can do this with any of the properties. You don't even need to have access to property profiles. Hey, Chuck, I was talking about property profile and property taxes. You can just, even in any portal, all the information is public. You can see how much a property is paying on taxes. Just Google the property address and you look for the property taxes. You can even see this on Zillow. When you look for the property on Zillow, you scroll all the way down. It's gonna show you the tax history of the property. And then you can see how much is the property value by the assessment and how much is the property tax. And you do the calculation. Thank you, Chuck. And you can do this with any property. It's just the way to do it. If you're a buyer, just do it, because sometimes some people don't explain the client. Some people, the client get the estimated for the lender, and the letter is saying it's just probably calculating 1.25 or 1.5, and after the offer is accepted, they go to escrow, they get the loan documents. Oh, your payment is $100, $200, $300 more. Surprise! And everybody's like, oh, we didn't know anything about it. And well, sometimes that happens, and sometimes the clients are not happy. But that's the way it happens. All right, guys, talking about the market interest rate, I already took a little longer than usual. Man, can you believe I just did an estimated with 2.75% rate, a 30-year fix? Yes, client was paying a little bit on buying down the rate because they want to go below 3%, but it's just incredible. I didn't see that kind of rates in a long time. Actually, I think it's my first time since the last time the rates dropped, but that time didn't last, or we were already at the bottom. Now, we are not at the bottom yet. That means that we're going to probably see interest rate around 2.5, 2%, maybe less. Oh, it's going to be incredible. It has to be a boom, even though some people don't like it, but it has to be something good. Buy gold. When that kind of thing happens and there is probably negative rate, gold's going to appreciate. Just saying something I like to read, And the last tip for my kids, since my Victoria already started school, my opinion, I try to do this. I'm not successful at doing this all the time, but remember, don't do what I do what I say, even though the kids are going to end up doing what you do, not what you're saying. It's always better to be 5 minutes earlier all the time. Like the school, she's at 7:45, Victoria be at 7:40. Or be 20 minutes early, you can play on the playground. Being on time at 7:45 is not being on time, it's being late. Sometimes daddy is a little late some appointments. I admit that. However, I've been changing, and Melanie knows that. I've been on time all the time lately. All right, guys, that's it. I'm leaving. Take care. Love you. Peace out. And I gotta go.